Hi everybody, in the last video we were talking about increasing and decreasing patterns with picture patterns, where we had blocks or we had triangles or we had squares or things like that, where we were increasing and decreasing those patterns in pictures. Today we're going to talk about doing the exact same thing but with number patterns. Again, you've probably been doing this for a while, but we're going to look at a few number patterns right now, and we're going to just take a look at them, and then I'm going to show you what you need to do in the activities that follow. So if we look at these number patterns here, and I look at this, and I look at this and go 6, 8, 10, I can notice a pattern in my mind already. I can notice that we started at 6, and that each time we're increasing by 2. So 6, 8, 10, the next one would be 12, 14, 16. And if I were to continue this pattern, it would be 18, 20, etc. So the rule for this one would be start at 6 and increase by 2 every time. I look at this one, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's the same thing. We're starting at 3 and we're increasing by 2. All of these ones here, again, very simple, increase by 2 patterns. The same thing could happen with a decreasing pattern. You could have a decreasing pattern that started with 20, went to 15, went to 10, etc. 5. And in that pattern, you'd be starting at 20 and decreasing by 5 each time. And so I want to take a look at your assignment for this section. We're going to go back over to our Google Slides, and you're going to see this in your package. And right now, this is about identifying number patterns, and this looks very similar. But I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that we can take a better look at what to do here. Ooh, that's zoomed in way too much. I don't need quite that. We'll go to 100%. And so when I go to here, it shows these number patterns. Identify the number pattern and fill in the missing numbers. So right here it has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And our next one, we're going to click on here. We're going to get rid of this little number sign. And we're going to go 12. Oh, I deleted that. We just click undo. I click in here. I go 12. And I can even get rid of this little number. This one. 14. The colors are just to let you know where the text boxes are. 16. 18. Oops. Again, this is what our undo function is for, just in case we make a little mistake. 18 and 20. So what you're expected to do is you're expected to look at all these different patterns, and all of them are a little bit different. This one here is a decreasing pattern. So we've got some increasing and decreasing patterns that all depend, they're not all increasing by 2. And so these ones are, or the first one is, but they're not all. So take a look at them, try and fill in those blue and yellow spaces as best you can. And again, if one of your boxes goes away, either do the undo, or you could go to insert text box, and you could just put a text box right in that space. See, I've created a text box here that I could put back into that space. I don't need to do that right now. I'm going to undo, but that's in case you make a mistake and delete one of your text boxes, kind of like I did. The next sheet that we're doing, so there's only 2 sections here. The next one is looking at pattern rules, the rules of the pattern. So it says look at the numbers and write the rule describing each pattern. So this one has 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And so we're always talking about where we start. So they started at 12, and then they're adding 3 each time. This one is a decreasing pattern. So they start at 45. And then we look at how much they're decreasing by every time. And so again, we go into our text box. We would write in our rule that says start at 45, subtract 5 each time. There you go. I even gave you the answer for that one now. So you'd fill out all of these boxes in here before you submit. So you've got just those 2 sheets in this section. And again, if you have any questions, make sure you ask. Thank you.